Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magnicraft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
I'm live now. If you are hearing me, just joining me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Niyi Dunmade. It's Monday again, and I'm excited. How are you doing? I hope your week has been good. I just want to thank everyone who has been following me, all my fans, my followers, my friends, my mentors, and leaders of churches who I respect so much. I want to thank all of you for your feedbacks, comments. I also thank those ones who are always sneaking into my videos to check me up. Thank also my mentors who are helping me out to get something going. Now today I'm going to continue on discipleship, digital discipleship part 3. Digital discipleship part 3. Digital discipleship part 3. And then I will just zero in some facts here and there, and then I will get you going. Now, the church is facing a pandemic, and the whole world is facing that pandemic. And we need to make sure that we are having the stamina to go through whatever this virus is pushing at us. I can remember the virus of 1918. I read the research. That pandemic lasted for 2 years. In as much as we want this coronavirus to end like now, we should be prepared that it can last for 2 years. It can last for 3 years. It can last for 6 months. And the survey I read about the Fortune 500 CEOs also said the normal won't come until 2022. So every one of them are bracing up for a long run. So don't chunk out all your arsenals as if the pandemic is just in just 2 days. It can take 2 years. So let's keep praying that they get the vaccine. Let's keep praying that our world is safe. Let's keep praying that we get things well in our churches. So today I'll be talking on digital discipleship part 3. If you have not gotten part 1, part 2, please go on and get the part 2. Now, one of the things I want to share here is this. The statistic is so amazing that the average number of persons that spends his time on the phone has increased tremendously because of the lockdown. Now, the average on phone has gone up to 4 hours plus, and the average person's spending on the internet has gone up to 40 plus hours per week, which is about 6 hours plus per week. Now, if you look at it very well, that does not sit down well with the survey I had last month, where we had a lot of our churches not having online giving. Now you're going online, you should have, in fact, there was a conference, Thrive Conference to be specific. They had giving platform for all the currency in the world. I was so amazed. I was thrilled with that preparation of Thrive Conference. So have an online giving. Now, looking at that survey, having an online giving, you can see that about 70% of the respondents, which is about 600, did not have a giving platform. So you can see that you are already walking in tide with the low giving trends when you don't have an online giving platform. And I will advise that you go get an online giving platform for your church. Now, looking at the mobile apps, church uses mobile app for mobile engagement. About 70% says they don't have a mobile app for membership engagement. And that's one of the things I want to also share, that there's a digital mobile app that is very good by Small Circle. You can on the notes to this broadcast live, you see the link smallcircle.com. It's actually for disciples, and it's actually for disciple makers. Okay, you want to go through a content plan on your own, or also with a mentor. You can go through that discipleship path. Or you are a disciple maker. You disciple people, and you need to get yourself equipped, because the kind of skill set you need as a disciple maker is different from when you want to become a disciple. So this mobile engagement, I know mobile apps can be very expensive, but you can take advantage of that smallcircle.com, which is very good. It's on Play Store, it's on App Store, and it's compatible with any smartphone that we can. So looking at our millennials, our kids, our upcoming generation, they spend close to average 5 hours on phone daily. In fact, I had to restrict my usage of Facebook to 1 hour every day. Okay? People are engaging digital, and we need to make sure that they are engaging digital in a profitable manner to their spiritual lives. Okay? And away from that, the website also, you can see that about 70%, approximately 70% of the correspondents say they don't have a website. Now, we need to make sure that this 6+ hours every day they are spending on the internet is actually giving them good content for discipleship pathway. Okay? And so that's why I'm here. And one of my mentors said, I asked my father in the Lord, and I asked him, what are the traits you like to imbibe into a disciple? One, he said, a hunger for spiritual things. Now, I was looking at it that in a lockdown like this, having a hunger for spiritual things, how do you get it? smallcircle.com. You'll get quite a lot on faith, on salvation, on praying, on evangelism, quite a lot of resources. And I must tell you, the lockdown this past 4 months has been a lot of capacity building for me. I cannot even tell you how many trainings I've undergone. Now is the time to take some route downwards, because a time will come when the pandemic is over that your shooting up will determine how far you are able to dig into the ground. Okay? So hunger for spiritual things. As the lockdown is that we cannot have some discipleship, we cannot have some ministerial training, but we can have video content. As a pastor, I'm in my house right now, I can do video trainings and send it to people and allow them to watch it over and over and over again. Create a Google form for assessments on some salient questions about the video to know how they are able to grasp the basic principles and truths that you have shared in those videos. Okay? Membership assimilation process should be digitalized, where you have the first class, welcome class, the second class, third class, fourth class, spiritual maturity, and you have it online. That will help them to get themselves matured as they have that hunger for spiritual things. Now you have Converse Saved. The pandemic is making people to turn to God. There's a more hunger for spiritual things. There's a more hunger for spiritual growth, and we must be ready to give out content in terms of video, in terms of audio, visuals, and spiritual content for people to grow thereby. Now, the other thing is teachability. And that can be taken into account when you create an accountability system. Okay? In that small circle, you can assign yourself to a discipler where the person follows you through that pathway to maturity. Okay? To maturity. It's a very fantastic tool, and it's going to help if you go there to download some of those things. All right? And as our youth are spending 6 hours plus in the internet and 4 hours plus on the smartphone, we need to make sure that we engage them properly. What are the essentials element of discipleship? Of course, we are in lockdown does not mean that we cannot spend time with God. That is very, very key. Spending time with God, praying and meditation. Okay, reading the scriptures, personal commitment to growing and becoming Christ-like. Okay, discipleship is all about becoming like Christ. Attending the local church. What? Because Hebrews chapter 10, verse 24, 25 exactly says you should not forsake the assemblies of the brethren together. How do you make sure that your people are watching you online frequently, so that that spiritual faith and life will be growing not prematurely, but growing healthily, all right? Because the truth about it is that the health of the church is a function of the summation of all the health functions of the individual people in the church. Yes, I agree there is the organizational side of it. And that's why in Monday Morning Matters, we try to look at this framework of how, and we assess church on their health status, on how they can achieve getting all these things balanced, getting all these things active, and making sure they are intentional about all these 12 things to get towards health. Now, for you to be matured as a disciple, you must have some form of accountability, okay? Participation to a community group. Some people call it D groups, where you share your faith, you're able to hear other people's testimonies and be able to grow from there. Now, for you to be a very successful disciple maker, you have to be genuine. You have to be vulnerable. Your relationships will be genuine and vulnerable. I've seen a lot of mentors who don't want to be vulnerable. But the thing is, when you do not want to be vulnerable, you have shortchanged yourself to impact a soul, impact a life. Okay? Share your resources, share your experiences. Don't have that low self-esteem that your experiences is not valuable and it's not a good experience for upcoming disciples to learn from. And that is it. I know my time is gone up. That's digital discipleship. I might want to do this next Monday again on the practicality of how you can get some content out and ensure that people are accountable from the first process gradually till they become matured. I must tell you that being a disciple is not a class thing. It's a lifelong affair. Jesus Christ chose 12. Of course, I will also want to advocate that you break down your church, no matter how large it is, to a group of 12, where they are discipled by a discipler who also has a discipler. And then you'll watch that cycle, that small cycle, over a long period of like 3-4 years, and watch how they mature and mature. I'm working up an assessment tool where I can use for churches to determine their disciple maturity status. Because the truth about it is that our churches right now are majoring on minor. Thank God for the pandemic that has made us to look at what are the essentials. What are the essentials? What are the essentials? What are the non-essentials? Okay? So the pandemic has forced us to focus on the major and the essentials. And the essentials are the church health framework. Okay? The church health framework. I want to wrap it up here. If you have any question for me, please reach out to me. I will be willing to get you. You can do your Holy Communion online, small groups online, quite a lot of things online, and then but that doesn't mean that in the small groups there's no warmth and fellowship that can facilitate togetherness. Please, if you have any comment for me, if you have any question, hit the instant messaging, any of the social media platform. I'll be glad to get an answer to you across. I'll put my ears to pastors, at least over 3,000 plus pastors. I'm listening to them. A lot is going on. I know it's a new terrain for a lot of us, but we can we can come out of this better with the help of the Holy Spirit. With the help of the Holy Spirit. All right? With the help of the Holy Spirit. Go on my Facebook and then share to a pastor, a church leader, like my page on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that will, there are a lot of good resources in there. And if you don't get a good resource, please reach out to me. I will gladly give you some good resource, I promise you. Try it, try me and see. I have a lot of people who have sent me emails thanking me, oh, this resource was so good, this resource blessed my life, this resource has moved my church forward. At over 100 of them. And then I'll be glad to bring some of those resources to you. In fact, one of the things I found out about my mentor is that when I ask a question, sometimes they recommend a book for me. So I have quite a lot of resources that can help you. Reach out to me on all those social media handles. Any question, I'll be glad to get you your answers in no time. All right, I want to wrap it up today. Thank you for listening to me. I'm Niyi Dunmade, your certified church consultant, and I'm here to serve your church so that I can grow healthier despite whatever circumstances you're going through. and I'm a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting. Till I come your way again next time, thank you for allowing me come into your space. God bless you. I believe in what you're doing, and you are going to come out strong. Thank you, and God bless you.